Welcome to Battle Report 2 for Star Wars Tabletop Gaming. Today I'm here with Owen.
Hello.
Excellent. From, where are you from?
Hell of a Pilot Podcast. If you like X-Men, if you like lore, watch my stuff. It's awesome.
Wow, that was aggressive. All right, good. And Owen and today, Owen and I today are going to be playing a bit of Imperial. Here's my Imperials. You can work out what's in that army just quickly here. Whoop, very good. Versus the Rebels.
Yes.
And that's what we've got over here. We've got a few troop units, 4 to be precise, a couple of ATRTs, and it's very nicely painted.
Oh, thank you.
T-47. Someone called it like a T-42 the other day.
You were just like, heresy.
Yeah.
Get out.
You should know better. Cool, and this is the table we'll be playing on. So this is my little desert Tatooine table.
It's very nice.
It's good enough. I want to do more of these rocky formation things, but that colour isn't quite right for this map, so I'll work it out. I'll get there.
It works kind of like a Mos Eisley thing.
Yeah, exactly. I want a little more terrain on here. So I've seen a lot of people playing with less terrain than this. Don't do that. Play with more terrain than this, and you will be happy Legion players. So yeah, we're going to play a game. It's going to be really sweet, and we're going to have some fun. Before we actually start rolling dice, Owen decided it'd be a good idea to go through the battlefield setup, which is lame, but sure, why not? So this is what we're going to do. The deployment we've selected is disarray. The objectives we're going for is good old intercept the transmissions. And our condition is rapid reinforcements. Now, I haven't decided if it's better to put troops aside or actually just, not, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Did it say you may?
Yeah, I think it's may. Set aside up to 2 non-commander troopers.
Sweet.
So, I don't know, we'll wait and see. It can essentially be nothing if you want it to be, but otherwise, it'll add a little flavour to the game. Armies wait. Whoa. And is that another trooper unit you got over there as well?
Yeah, he's hiding.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, his sneaky grappling.
Sneaky coming late in the game.
So Owen almost forgot to put down Luke. But while he's working out where he's going to go, let's have a look. So, of course, we've got disarray deployment, which is just chaos and shenanigans. I've got my... exactly, it's so much fun. ATSD, a couple of troops and speeder bikes over here. Looking kind of this way, where it's a main kind of rebel force hanging out. A couple of troop units, ATRT, both the ATRTs have rotary cannons. We've got Luke and his shenanigans. Facing off against them, I have 2 troop units and Darth Vader. One with a HH-12, one with a DLT. And then if we come across, for the last little quadrant, let's sneak over the top. We've got a ATRT with rotary cannon, a troop unit with an ion blaster, and that T-47 facing down Vader. It's going to be a Vader and T-47 off. It's going to be sweet. So there we go. That's what the board looks like at the start of the game. Now, finally, we can start rolling some dice. I think. Yeah, let's do it. Turn 1 is complete. This is what the battlefield looks like. Have a good look. And then we'll go through what we activated. We've been clever. And we've used numbers to kind of show what happened throughout. So we remember what went first, what went second, etc., etc. So the Imperials put out a cheeky new ways to motivate them because Vader was feeling just a little choky. And the Rebels went with a nice, conservative vanilla assault. How very vanilla of you. All right, number 1. So first up, these little DLT boys over here. They came and hide behind this building because there's a lot of pain coming their way, so they thought they'd try and live for a turn. And they took a pot shot and were only in range of that ATRT. So they put 1 little damage on him, which actually was super useful later on. We'll get there. So Rebels, what did you activate first?
My first activation was these baddies over here. Wasn't really sure what I was doing. Mostly just running and hiding. So that's what Rebels do the best.
It's their thing, right? That's
running and hiding.
That's their mandate. That's their agenda. All right, cool. Next up, number 2, let's go find it. So these boys over here, my second little red unit, these guys just moved up, took a nice conservative move into cover. Nothing too crazy. They were thinking about trying getting some shots down there when the SPD was still around. Wait, no, I did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I had to move. Because of the terrain. Terrain, isn't it the worst?
Yeah.
We should just never play with terrain ever. What was your second unit?
So there's a lesson to be learned here with this. When you position your miniatures at this very start of the game, I'll give it. Here's an example. So my speeder was here, and I was thinking if I'm clever, I'll be able to I'll bait him into thinking I'm going straight because that's a dumb move, and then turning it this way and going straight up the guts. It didn't fit. And apparently it has to fit.
Is that a problem you often have?
Pardon? Yeah.
What? Yeah.
It never fits.
Never fits, right?
It's a problem. So my terrible idea of, baiting him to believe I'm running straight, I had to run straight.
Yeah, you got me so good.
Yeah, so good. Then he took a bunch of hits because I'm a terrible general.
Yeah, because it turns out, onto my third unit, that HH-12's good against airspeeders. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, I knew. And the idea was not to do that.
That's it. That was not the plan. And then, so that was what I did with number 3. HH-12's just took a nice, clean shot at that airspeeder and did what it was meant to do and put a couple of damage onto it. Your third unit, where is it? Where's number 3? There it is, ATRT.
ATRT didn't do a whole lot. He's got a rotary blaster on him, so he rolled up, and I shot at these guys with the DLT, which is a terrible idea because.
No, I think you shot at these guys by now.
No, it was these guys first.
Wasn't that your airspeeder? And then you realised you should.
Yeah, and that was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So then I shot at these guys.
Yeah. Spreading the fire. That's
spreading
the key.
fire, because that's how you play games.
Yep.
Again, not a whole lot happened, but hey.
I actually choked one of them out, so I've killed as many of that unit as you. Vader just got real choky on him and killed one, because that allowed me to recover my HH-12 in the same unit that I fired it, which might be useful next turn, who can say? Now, after that ATRT moved up, Vader decided to take a long stride across the battlefield, not too fast, threw his lightsaber at the airspeeder, and geez, that airspeeder's getting me down, because it has cover 1.
Yes.
And it saved at least probably 3 shots at it because of that cover 1. So it makes a huge difference.
You rolled 2 hits with your 3 dice, which is pretty good, but then the cover 1 was like, nah.
Every time.
I guess 1 hit.
Every time. I just could not roll a crit to save myself. So that was my 4th unit. Where is your 4th unit?
My 4th unit was these guys.
Yep.
I ran them, they were back here, and I ran them up here first, just see if I could get shots on, but I couldn't, so I guess I just stuck them into cover.
Yeah, they're just covering. They're covering. Number 5, the speeder bikes. I had them facing kind of down this way of the battlefield, and I'm like, do I come around and backflank them? Man, that'd be sweet. But then I'm like, no, I don't. I focus fire on these 2, try and get them wiped while I can. So my airspeeders went a couple of moves, and at move 3, that gets you pretty far. And they had a look down here, and they got a nice couple of shots onto the ATRT.
Which is now damaged.
It's now damaged. So I got it right up to its resilience value. It's one of the 2.
Something like
And now it's damaged. So hopefully next turn that'll help at least, hopefully, not let it aim. Your number 5, over here.
Number 5 was these guys. Just decided I would go a bit. Well, I've got to play the scenario, and you've got points maybe here.
Definitely over here. Yeah, maybe. That's going to happen. Well, not yet, but I will.
Yeah,
and I do. I know, yeah.
And these guys, well, I need to get points as well to stay on the board. So I just ran them up the guts and going to get some points.
Yeah, that's the thing. My number 6, I should say, was the ATSD. No, sorry. My speeder bikes flopped because you rolled some good defense dice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, you rolled 3 defense on your airspeeder. That's what the speeder bikes did.
3 white defense.
3 white defense. The shame. So the ATSD, he took a chicken walk forward and he shot onto the ATRT because he didn't quite have range onto the airspeeder. Would have been so nice. But that's right. That's what took it to its resilience value?
Yeah,
yeah, definitely resilience. That's definitely the word. Your number 6, the Horde kept moving?
Yeah. Horde kept moving over here.
All these guys, they're just moving up.
No, before it was number 5 was the ATRT, and I thought I'd move him up there and get points, and turns out you can't get points, so then I moved my troopers up and did the same thing.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a learning experience, yeah.
We're learning so much. Number 7, I'm calling this the Suicide Squad. Their job is to run and contest that objective in the next turn, which may or may not end well for them, because there's a lot of rebels over here.
They only come in at, it only triggers at turn 4, doesn't it?
Turn 2 and 4 and 6.
2 and 4 and 6.
You want to stay alive.
Yeah.
So that was my 7. Your 7 was Luke.
My 7 was Luke, and he did a cool thing because he's Luke, and he ran up here, and then he jumped.
He did. He jumped over something. It's always important that Luke jumps every single turn.
Yeah, exactly.
If Luke is not jumping,
doing that, you're doing it wrong.
You are. And I think those guys are going to feel just a world of pain in the next round. Yeah, it'll be tight, won't it? Whoa, what do you reckon at home? We'll wait and see. Oh, the suspense. So that's what the battlefield looks like. The T-47 and the ATRT have taken a bit of hurt. I've lost a few troopers. Let's go into round 2. Owen, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
Actually got kills this time.
And you got to go first.
Yes,
first
I
turn.
did.
What went first?
First thing was this guy, who is now dead.
Yeah.
But He went first because he was going to die.
Yeah, he did pretty well. He did.
I think he did good.
Very well. What did he do, in fact?
He shot at your rocket launcher troops, and because he shot at your rocket launcher troops, he killed just enough so your rocket launcher died, so that they became useless.
Yeah, the irony, of course, was that I choked my own guy out in what I thought was a really clever, like, recover in the first turn, aim and fire next turn. I thought I was so clever. We actually, we both picked push. As our order, and Owen won the roll-off, which was advantageous for him. So it meant his airspeeder got to live for a little bit longer, but we'll get to that soon. I mean, it's still there. It is arguably still there. So I'm looking for my 1. What have I got? Probably these boys here. So just put a cheeky shot onto something, maybe an airspeeder. Probably didn't do much because of cover. Maybe 1. I think it got one extra hit.
Yeah.
Let's say, sure.
On the airspeeder?
In fact, is that what brought it up to its...
No,
they did nothing. They did nothing. Let's not spoil the surprise. So that was my number 1. What was your number 1? Oh, that we've already done that. Your number 2.
My number 2 was these guys who shot at these guys.
Yep.
Who took them down to... Took 2 wounds on them and ioned them, so that, aim tokens and all that.
Yeah.
Ion tokens and all that.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it was good.
Ion's not completely useless.
It worked out later.
Yeah, it definitely did work later. All right, number 3. Oh, number 2, I should say, for me. So the ATSD came next, which was really nice, because he's the one that did the work. So he stomped forward. There was an airspeeder. No, I think he fired at the airspeeder. And the speeder bikes took out the ATRT. So he managed to put a couple of shots onto the airspeeder, which took it up to its resistance value. Or resilience, whatever you want to call it. And what did you roll?
I rolled a surge, so I lost a weapon. So
you did.
My airspeeder now has no weapons. Just ignore these.
Yeah.
And so now he's just kind of roaming around the battlefield like a champion.
Just being a pest. Just pesting out. Your number 3, is it still on the board?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Where is it?
It was 1, 2...
Maybe
Where was he?
Definitely wasn't these guys. They went last.
They went last. Over here. Over here. So with the troopers just deploying,
sneaky.
They sneakily deployed back here, so that next turn I have guns on to this.
Very cool. With an ion. Cheeky ion.
And he will need to take 2 turns to turn around to shoot me.
I'm going to try and run away from you. That's my plan. ATSD just running away from troopers. My number 3 was these guys here. I think they put a couple of shots downrange at those troopers over there. Maybe got a kill. Got a cheeky kill, why not? But otherwise, essentially just moved to make sure they're within range of that objective. Your number 4?
My number 4 was... Who was it?
The airspeeder.
The airspeeder, yeah. Which I ran around and I ran straight into these troopers here to put a suppression on them.
That'll teach them.
Now they're on 2 suppression. Next time they're going to be... They're still going to need to...
Yeah, they'll still need to rally to do 2 actions in turn 3. So, hey, he's useful. How dare you say he's useless? My turn 4 was the speeder bikes. They came through and finished off that ATRT, which was good work on them. Get out of the way, antennae thingy. But then they got shot at by... Much later. But you're number 5.
5 over here. Ran up, jumped into cover, split their shots between these guys, who I mentioned earlier had already had 1 suppression.
Yep.
These guys, which hadn't activated, so they would also have a suppression.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was clever. Seemed clever, which meant that I essentially had to stand still because I wasn't with speed 1 move going to be able to capture that objective or contest it, and so I couldn't get there at all. Well done. And I couldn't do my move and throw my grenades onto those guys either. So it really trumped me. I don't know. Thwarted my evil plans. But, next turn, there's some concussion coming
Things
away.
are happening.
Yeah, things are happening. My number 5 was exactly that. So these guys just stood still and shot because they only had 1 action, and that's all you can do with 1 action. Such is life. Your number 6, Luke.
My number 6 was Luke, and he did a super cool thing. He did a super cool jump, jumped up and shot the last remaining guy there because...
Pretty sure he flipped when he jumped.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, it was sick.
It was a force flip.
Yep, nice.
It's not a real flip.
Okay. Good to know. But yeah, he finished off that 1 remaining guy from the HS-12 unit that I refused to activate out of principle because he was now useless, and that was his fault. My 6 was Vader, and I'm like, what do I do with him? I'm going to put him in cover. Here's a little trick, people. Put Vader in cover. Just try it. Just try it out. See how it works out for you. And most people don't. They just like to stomp him up the battlefield. But, do what you got to do. He threw his lightsaber onto that ATRT and did a couple of damage, which is quite nice. Got shot at in return by, I think...
But these guys at the very end, because they just ran up to get the objective and did a couple of shots. Had his dodge token. They got 3 hits, but, double cover and dodge. So you know that's what comes for.
And your ATSD, of course. ATRT, I should say.
They fired at these guys.
Yeah, finished off that other one and put another damage on them. So they're hurting. Makes sense. They're not exactly being too careful. So you'd hope they're hurting because they're putting out a lot of damage. They're pretty sick. All right, that is the end of turn 2. We are at the end of turn 3. How was turn 3? It was a little better for the rebels. They're doing okay.
Yeah. Picking back up steam.
Yeah, it's coming back. All right. So I got to go first this time, and Vader went first, jumped over those barricades, and ran straight into an ATRT that was there and is no longer there. He actually didn't do it by himself. No. I needed the ATRT. I needed Vader and that little DLT that was over there to finish it off, but he did pretty well for himself. And using Implacable meant that he then got a second attack, but we'll get onto that a little later on. Your number 1, what are we looking at?
Number 1 was these guys.
These guys.
And they shot their ion at the...
They sure did. So that's 1 ion. Keep that in mind. That's 1 ion token. My number 2 were these guys here, and I thought, man, I'm going to be so cool. I've given them concussion grenades. It's going to be sweet. Moved up the leader just within range. Kept cover. I felt so clever. They threw a bunch of dice. Didn't do much. And then you saved it. So they did nothing. Yeah. They just did nothing.
It was good.
Yeah, that felt really good. And then, they gave a suppression, which you then rallied later on.
Yeah.
So that felt really nice. Your number 2.
My number 2 were these guys.
Oh, let's come around.
Ran like deployment, sneaky.
So
what did they
sneaky.
do? Ion that thing.
Yeah, they did. So that's 2 ion tokens. Which of course meant when that ATSD activated for like my 6th activation or whatever that was, it did nothing. It just did a whole bunch of nothing. Quarter of my army did absolutely nothing. But apparently ion's terrible. Who knew?
Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's on 3 damage now, that ATSD. Yeah, exactly. How's that working for me? My number 4? Are we up to 4? 3? I don't know. Some things have died. So either way, I think it was the DLT unit which killed off the ATRT. So good for them. They did something before they died. So well done, boys. Your number 3.
My number 3 was something.
Something. Is it dead?
Yeah. No. Yes. No.
Either way, let's say you went with Luke next.
Let's say I went with Luke next. He ran up and he hit Vader for 2 damage.
Yeah. He's already on 1 because he choked himself a little to get to go again this turn.
Whatever he's into, man.
So 2 damage on Vader. So he's now on 3. So he's not looking altogether that healthy anymore. No. Although they're on equal health, which is fitting. So that's nice. I mean, that's positive. My number 4 was the speeder bikes, who are now dead.
Yes.
But they came around and they took out, I think, 2 of those troopers.
Yeah, 2 of these guys.
There. Because, you've got to kill troopers, apparently. In this game where objectives are important, apparently killing troopers is important. Who knew? Not this guy, but that's okay. Your number 5?
My number 5 was...
Those troopers.
It was.
Yeah, very good.
They ran up and they shot at this...
The speeder bike.
Speed bikes.
Yeah.
And they did so good.
How did that feel?
So good.
So good.
It was like 1 and... I did the math. The math hammered it out. I was like, this is probably not going to work. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
It was 2 crits, wasn't it?
Eat shit, speeder bike. It was all crits. I couldn't cover it. It was sadness. At that point, I pulled Vader for his 2nd round post choking, and he rolled 6 hits.
He did,
which felt pretty
6
nice.
hits from 6 dice.
That was lovely.
And then Luke did 5 defense.
And Luke gave 0 shits.
He just did not care.
He rolled all the defense and took 1. So they're now actually on equal health, which is nice. But we all know what's coming. And it's Luke going ape shit. So hopefully Vader lives. But he might not. What did you do next? Where's your 6? There's your 6.
My 6 is over here. I got rid of this DLT troop by just overkilling them. It was like 7 crits.
You just decimated the shit
out. It was like 5 crits from 6 white dice. It was spectacular. And those guys just had a bad day.
The Z6, when it works, it works.
It works. Yeah. When it's on fire, it's on fire.
10% of the time, it works 100% of the time. My number 6 then was the ATST, who stood there doing nothing because 2 ion tokens. So that felt really nice. Your number 7, I think that's it.
My last one was my air speeder.
Don't forget the air speeder.
Yeah, he was there. He swooped up across the board, trying to displace these guys. Just couldn't get the motion. So next turn, I'm going to move him into here and just annoy him.
Just be a pain in the ass.
Basically.
Cool. And my 7th unit was my red boys here. They came around, had a look at these guys, and slaughtered 3 of them, and that felt nice. A bit of vengeance for the ATSD, which which is nice. So let's hope I can keep doing that and actually get a turn out of the ATSD. That'd be a real personal goal of mine. But that's not what this turn's about, is it? This
turn's right here.
Yeah, this turn is right here, and we're about to flip the command cards.
Be?
Yeah, okay. So, roll a red dice for me, good sir. Right there. Roll it right there.
Right here?
Yeah, right there, next to the ATSD. Is it a block? It's not! Vader gets hit first. Oh, this is going to be good. All right, Vader. Let's smash Luke's face in. Talk me through it.
I didn't get to go first, and because I didn't get to go first, Luke died.
He did. So I rolled 6 hits. Let's have a look at them over here. Whoa, that's lovely. And I'm like, nah, man, you'll save like 4. You'll be fine. Wrong. That is not what you saved.
That's a dead Luke.
It was a perfect 5 to kill Luke. Please remove that pesky upstart from the board. There we go. Vader wreaking havoc, doing what Vader does best. Occasionally. Maybe 1 game in 6. How did turn 4 feel?
Horrible.
Just savage.
That's terrible.
All right, let's look at what happened. So, of course, the first thing that happened, which we've already shown you, was that Vader came along and he got to go first because that lucky ambush, rolling a block from Owen, which meant I went first, hammered Luke with some very unlucky rolling on the defense from Owen there. Unlucky Luke. That's what you get, though, for being a rebel upstart and not knowing your place. So that was my one. What was your one? What did you do? Troops in there.
Troopers over here.
Yeah.
Eye on this.
God damn it!
What could they possibly do?
Let my ATSD have a turn. Why? Why must you be like this? So my 2 was really nice. So I actually activated these boys here, and they threw a bunch of concussion grenades, which I really rate, by the way. You may have noticed, and killed 3 of the boys in that unit there.
Leaving my singular men.
Boys and girls, I should say. Rebels do not discriminate.
Yes, I know. That's true.
Yeah, there would have been some females in the death tally. So that's nice. That's diverse.
Equal opportunities for death.
Yeah, that's it. Your 2?
My 2 was these guys.
Yep.
Who then eye on this again.
Yeah, look, okay. So that's 2 turns in a row now that my ATST has got to do just nothing.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
It's got 4 health taken off it, so not much, but it just doesn't get to activate ever because Ion's a pain in the butt. So in future, I'm going to target Ion Troopers and just slaughter them so my ATSD actually gets to play in the game. That'd be nice. So my next unit, these guys. They did well. They killed what? Another 2 guys?
1.
Just 1?
They killed just 1.
Ugh.
It was the Duros. Because Duros
that's right. You may notice there are no Duros left on the board.
Make sure of that.
Just slightly xenophobic. You need to play Imperials. We'll pull you over to our side eventually. What did you do? What did you do then? These guys.
These guys. So this is when I started playing the objective. I think are we going to say this is the last turn?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the last turn because with Luke dead, there's not really a win state for me.
Vader's just going to mince his way through those troopers.
Basically, he would mince his way through them. Then in turn 6, that will get a point. Potentially, that'll get a point, and then you'll win.
Yeah.
So there's not really a win state. So what I did is just for funsies, I thought I'd play the objective, and I've moved both my troopers. From here and here and here and here to make sure that you don't get this. So Charles doesn't get this point. And so basically the idea is that I get a point here, he gets a point there. We're at the end of turn 4 on a draw.
Yep, that's right. So technically, I mean, we drawed, right?
Well, I'm conceding. So.
That's it. We're calling the game there. It's been a great game, but if we were to play on, the ATSD would obviously mince his way through some troopers. I'd finish off the Iron Troopers. If he ever gets a turn, very true. He'd do nothing. That's what he'd do. Vader, of course, would crush the life out of that. I really wish he had 4-stroke in that situation, just for that guy.
This guy.
Yeah,
just one guy.
And these guys would obviously it'd be an Imperial victory, and they'd steam through. So what did you learn today about Legion?
Don't deploy poorly.
Yeah, right. Deployment
that
counts.
One deployment here was a big spanner in the works.
Yep.
That being said, he did do pretty well. Just no weapons.
That's the airspeeder. Never forget, he lives.
Never forget.
The airspeeder survives and will survive for the rest of the game because I'd never have to shoot at him because rolling a surge on that red defense dice when you hit your resilience value
is terrible.
Hurts. That feels super rough. I learned.
Other than that, roll better with Luke.
Yeah, right. Roll defense dice better. There we go. That's a good lesson. I really liked how Vader played this game. So I was quite subtle with him. I was pretty reserved. I didn't run him forward too early. I used cover. I made sure he had a dodge whenever he was getting fired at, and he did a lot of work. So all the Vader haters out there, just be more careful with him. I was a little disappointed by my ATSD, only because it didn't get to do much. I mean, the turns that it got to fire, it did well, but I specifically put a grenade launcher on it for just this scenario, like just this one right here, and it would have been so great, and it would have done so well. Like, I've been planning this for weeks for just that moment, and my dreams were crushed. So that's that. But overall, a really fun game. Thank you very much for the game.
Very welcome.
Hopefully you've learned something, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Yes. Nailed it. You didn't even crack up that time.
Get it.
You're getting
I got
there.
it that time.
You're getting there. See you guys. This video was sponsored by Gatekeeper Games, your key to gaming unplugged, a tabletop store offering a friendly atmosphere for people to buy and play their games in the north of Fitzroy.